Hi, I'm Kate with The Productive Teacher, and today we're going to play the word maker game with the atch word family. Now, if you haven't played the game before, I'll explain the rules. On the left side of the screen, I have onsets. Onsets are the letter or letters that come before the vowel sound in a word. On the right side of the screen, I have the atch word family rime. The rime is the vowel and all of the letters that come after it in a one-syllable word. In the game, we pair onsets and rhymes and see if they make words. As I go through the game, you have some options of what you do. You can listen to me read. You can read along with me. You can pause the video and read by yourself. You can also choose to write down any of the words that we make. It's your choice how you play. Let's get started. Batch. Batch is a word. Catch. Catch is a word. Datch. Datch is not a word. Fatch. Fatch is not a word. Gatch. Gatch is not a word. Hatch. Hatch is a word. Jatch. Jatch is not a word. Catch. Catch is not a word when it is spelled with a K. Remember, when A comes after the K sound, we spell it with a C. Latch. Latch is a word. Match. Match is a word. Natch. Natch is not a word. Patch. Patch is a word. Ratch. Ratch is not a word. Satch. Satch is not a word. Tatch. Tatch is not a word. Vatch. Vatch is not a word. Watch. Watch is not a word. Now you might be saying, wait a minute, this spells watch. And that's right, because A makes the aw sound after a W. But we are not working on the atch word family. We're working on the atch word family. Watch is not a word. Yatch. Yatch is not a word. Zatch. Zatch is not a word. Chatch. Chatch is not a word. Fatch. Fatch is not a word. Shatch. Shatch is not a word. Thatch. Thatch is a word. Quatch. Quatch is not a word. Blatch. Blatch is not a word. Bratch. Bratch is not a word. Clatch. Clatch is not a word. Cratch. Cratch is not a word. Dratch. Dratch is not a word. Flatch. Flatch is not a word. Fratch. Fratch is not a word. Glatch. Glatch is not a word. Gratch. Gratch is not a word. Platch. Platch is not a word. Pratch. Pratch is not a word. Slatch. Slatch is not a word. Smatch. Smatch is not a word. Spatch. Spatch is not a word. Statch. Statch is not a word. Tratch. Tratch is not a word. Scratch. Scratch is a word. Shratch. Shratch is not a word. Splatch. Splatch is not a word. Squatch. Squatch is not a word. Stratch. Stratch is not a word. Thratch. Thratch is not a word. Great job. Here's a list of all of the atch words that we made. You can practice reading these words until you can read them automatically. You can also practice spelling them. The nice thing about spelling word family words is that you already know the last 4 letters in all of these words. You just have to sound out the onsets. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.